I've been dealing with sarcoidosis for 30 years. It's been a challenge, but at the same time, it's been a blessing because it's making me realize how much I love life. Sarcoidosis is an inflammatory disease, autoimmune disease, where you have granuloma that gets inflamed and it attacks your immune system. It's mainly in the lungs, but it can attack any organ. It can go into what they call remission, and when it comes back stronger each time. Sometimes your body just hurts, and it's hard to explain it. I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis when I was 25 and a newlywed. I was put on 40 milligrams of prednisone a day. I gained 77 pounds in a month. It has attacked different parts of my body. So there have been times when I have looked perfectly fine, but it was attacking my nervous system. I'm having flare-ups now. What flare-ups are when most people say that it goes into remission. People say they think you have cancer. Other diseases do go into remission, meaning they hibernate. But when they come back active, typically each time it's a little stronger and a little harder. So this time I'm dealing with something new. I'm dealing with the neurosarcoidosis and the inflammation behind my eyes to the point where they put me on 60 milligrams of prednisone a day. Now, prednisone is almost like a toxin, but it's one of the few drugs that can help inflammation from not just from sarcoidosis, but from lupus, from any autoimmune disease. So recently, I was doing really well. My daughter got me off of insulin. We were rocking it, coming down off medication, and then I had a flare-up. And it's a flare-up I haven't had before. So now I have to be back on insulin because the prednisone makes your sugar go up. It can affect it to the point where it will start shutting down your kidneys, your liver, so you have to really keep a hold on it. The other day, I fell. I have this beautiful, beautiful cast, and I broke my freaking wrists. And I've never broken a wrist. Now, I fell down the stairs and broke my toes, but I just fell. And there's an imbalance, a balance issue. So that keeps me from really driving because of medication I have to take. It makes it hard to go to school, but seems like sometimes when it's more of a challenge, I'll take it. There wasn't a lot of research on pregnancy and sarcoidosis, so I was home more with my kids because I was sick. So I had to take care of myself so I could take care of my kids. Mommy fall down, mommy can't get up. It has allowed me to be closer to them, and I'm open with them about sarcoidosis and other ailments that come with it. My fingers would cramp up every time I did it. The most important thing for me is to have good doctors, especially because when I was diagnosed, there still wasn't a lot of research on sarcoidosis, and there wasn't a foundation for sarcoidosis research, which there is now. The primary care physician is like key. The primary care physician makes sure that all the specialists are in order. Mm-hmm. When you have an outbreak or you're dealing with a flare-up from sarcoidosis, usually you're going to end up talking to 3 or 4 different doctors, rheumatologist, pulmonologist, neurologist, ophthalmologist, neuro-ophthalmologist, and they need to be in concert, meaning they need to all be in touch with each other and all of your information. Doctor appointments, adjusting my insulin because of the prednisone is really tiresome. I'm tired one minute, energetic the next, and then feel like I can't even stay awake. Part of that is medicine, and part of that is just the process. I had a good Thanksgiving. My daughter cooked for me, and she cleaned because I only had one hand. So it was nice to be quiet. It was nice to have no chaos. And unlike in times past, it was nice to say, I may be having a flare-up, but I'm going to get through this just like I got through the other ones. Taking the shots are normally for bringing your insulin, taking the insulin to bring your numbers down. And because there's so much prednisone, I had to take another form of insulin 3 times a day, and then the main insulin at night. And then I still have the shots for the migraines. So now it's coming down to, do I get further shots in my head for the migraines as I normally have, or do I just keep going on with increased prednisone and taking more insulin shots? They've left me purple in certain spots, and it's aggravating, but at least they're getting to help me with what I need help with. Update. Besides bronchitis and asthma and sarcoid and all that stuff being treated and flared up, evidently I have a bacterial infection, lung infection. So I started an antibiotic. There's absolutely nothing else that can be done after this antibiotic. So the prednisone has made me chubbier just in time for Christmas. And I'm told this is a marathon again, not a sprint. And I have to tell myself that every day because it's not the easiest thing. Trying to finish my research paper, and sometimes I want to finish it, and then sometimes I can't see the words because the eyes are messed up, so I have to take it a little slower. But the beauty is that I'm getting through it. And the classes I'm taking that talk about our purpose here, meaning there's nothing God has not given me that, not that I can't handle, but that it means something. So I'm supposed to do something with what I'm going through. I approach sarcoidosis now as just something I have to deal with. I look at it as a chance to show people that you can do more than you think you can. And it's had an impact on my life when it comes to friends, dating or non-dating, because a lot of people
male and female, can't handle chronic illnesses that they can't see. For instance, I try to learn more about research. We're fighting now more for research for African American women because we're the ones that will die sooner, 13 times more likely to die of sarcoidosis than our white counterparts. And I think that it's just given me a chance to show my children and my grandson that regardless of what comes your way, you deal with it. And you never know the reason why you were the one that was diagnosed with a certain disease. And one disease isn't better or worse than the other, especially when it's chronic and invisible. So you learn to deal with it, and you learn that it's unpredictable. And so I try to look at the bright side. For me, I was like, hey, I can wear different size clothes 3 times a year. Prednisone, it's, after a while, you just have to say that, okay, Lord, I get it. I'm okay with it. Well, this last week, I've had a doctor appointment or a procedure every single day. Feels like it's been 14 days. It's only been 4. I got prednisone, a steroid, MRI, lumbar test, and then lumbar injection. And that's to help with the pain so I can stand. Then I got occipital nerve blocks in my head, needles in my head to stop or ease off the migraines. Then I got had to get a chest x-ray. So the pulmonologist thinks that this is sarcoid related, just like my PCP has said that she thinks it's sarcoid related. And obviously the new doctor I saw today, the endocrinologist, thinks it may be sarcoid related as well. But more tests run on my adrenal gland and pituitary gland, or stuff I forgot about in college. I need to go read biology books again, and how everything is connected, but then again, it's all in timing when they find things. They're actually trying to find cause. Even if they can't find a cure, they're trying to find a cause and effect, so that whenever I'm on steroids, which basically I've been told in the last 2 weeks, you will be on steroids all the time for one thing or another. But how to control my blood sugar, and just how for me to have a productive lifestyle. Productive is relative to how my body functions versus to what someone else may think productive is. So for me, productive is living. My overall health right now is stable, meaning there are other doctors I need to see. I'm off the prednisone, but now they're trying another experimental drug. So it's like a never-ending cycle. My mental health is stressed, not just from school, but I want to make sure that I am around and available for my grandson, for my family. The good thing is that I haven't been to the ER as much as I used to. It used to be like twice a month. Guaranteed I was going to the ER at least out of 9 months a year. But instead, I have 15 doctor's appointments in 31 days. And in those appointments are 3 procedures to my back, 1 to my head and neck, then a dental. So I'm not going to the ER as much, but I'm going to the freaking doctor all the time. And it's because they had to add 2 more specialists. And that's what happens when you have sarcoid and when you're a woman. You have to literally almost be dying or feel like you're at the end of your rope before someone says, hey, let's try something new. I've had sarcoidosis for about 30 years, going on 31. And, I feel pretty good now. It's taught me how to love and be in the moment. But at the same time, it has shown me who is a friend, who is a support person, who really don't care. And it's changed a lot of my relationships. You have people who believe you and people who don't. That's why they call it the invisible illness. Only when I gain weight in my face from the steroid do I start to get, are you okay? And that's fine. That's fine. It's just there's not consistency in the friendship and the support and understanding. 30 years from now, I hope they have a cure for sarcoidosis. And 30 years from now, I'll be 85. I'll be just starting all over again, like my grandmother did. And I'm hoping I'll have more energy, my family, my grandkids. And I concentrate now on schoolwork. I concentrate on getting healthy. That's my full-time job. And my full-time job that I've always had is as a mother. Now I'm just going to add grandmother to that. So sarcoidosis can't take everything away from me.